Hey everyone, it's Denise Brown from the Caregiving Years Training Academy. Thanks so much for joining us for this week's special event, Healing After the Holidays. Our presenter today is Emily, and she's going to give us some healing rituals to use around forgiveness. And Emily was part of our special event in November, and she shared about altars and other kinds of healing rituals. So I would also encourage you to take a look at that presentation, which is part of our website, Healing Our Way. So Emily, thanks for being here. Looking forward to today's presentation.
Thank you so much, Denise. I'm just going to share my screen now. Just 1 second. Thank you for your patience. Okay, and Denise, are you able to see my PowerPoint screen?
Yep,
okay, and then does it, let's see, does it move to the next one when I do that?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Hi everyone, my name is Emily Borg, and I am the founder of Emerald Wellness Center, and I work to support family caregivers. My presentation today is called Chakras, Crystals, and Affirmations, Healing Rituals for Forgiveness of Self and Others. And so I'll talk about each of those components and how they can tie all together. I will say apologies in advance if you hear my dog. He's next to me and might be trying to get my attention. So I want to start out by thanking all of you for being here today, for taking the time to show up and to learn and to connect with all of us. And I want to thank Denise for inviting me and for hosting this opportunity. I also want to do a land acknowledgement. So I am calling in from Ramaytush Ohlone lands, and that's also known as Redwood City or Bay Area, California. And so that's something that is important to me to do, is to learn the history of the lands that I live on and the people whose lands those are. So thank you again so much for being here. I'll tell you just a little bit about myself. I'm a caregiver for my partner, Manny. We have been together for many years, 16 years. We just celebrated our anniversary since we were teenagers. And a little over 3 years ago, he dove into a lake on vacation and has suffered a spinal cord injury and became paralyzed. And so we've really been on a journey since then together in this caregiving realm and healing from the trauma of that experience and finding ways to heal ourselves so that we can give back and support other people that are going through similar situations as we are, both as for me as a caregiver and then for him as someone who was impacted by a spinal cord injury. So I'm a certified holistic health coach, and I'm almost completed with the Caregiving Consultant and Educator certification with Denise. And I'm also a level 3 Reiki practitioner. So I do energy healing work, and that will come up throughout the presentation today as well, because I weave all of these different modalities and parts of my life together in the offerings and in the work that I do. I'm also a doctoral student in educational leadership, and I hope to do more research and writing in the future related to all of these things as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your names in the chat. And also, if anyone has crystals, at home, and you want to share any crystals that you have throughout as we're talking, please send. You can say in the chat like a crystal that you have, or you can go grab it if you want to really quick and have it with you. I have some multiple crystals around, sitting around me. So if you do have any crystals, you can get them. No pressure at all if you don't. And maybe by the end of the presentation, you may be feeling called to find one. So today we're going to talk about chakras. What are chakras? The 7 main chakras, how they relate to release and forgiveness, and ways to bring them into balance when they get out of balance. And we're also going to work on creating personal healing affirmations for forgiveness of self and others, and affirmations that relate to each of the chakras. And we'll talk about how forgiveness can mean a lot of different things and can apply in a lot of different ways. And so we'll talk about different types of forgiveness in relation to the chakras and how these affirmations can help us work through that. And then we'll practice a breathing ritual for chakra balancing and forgiveness. And we'll talk about how you can practice this, an extended version of the breathing ritual on your own at home if it's something that you would like to do. And there will also be time for questions at the end, and I'll pause a couple times throughout to see if anyone wants to share any personal stories. And let me see, I don't have the chat right now, Denise, so maybe if you can just let me know if there's anything. Okay, yeah. I see now. Yeah. Okay, so Erica, so you said you'd love to try crystals, you've never used them, that's why you're here, you're excited to learn. Great, that's great. Thank you for the anniversary, congratulations. I'm glad you got your crystal, Denise. Yeah, clear quartz and hematite, those are really great crystals. Perfect, well, thank you all so much for being here. And support your local crystal store if you have one. If anyone is interested in looking after this, there's usually a local crystal store somewhere in your area. And if not, Etsy is a great place to find online shops where you can find some. So this image here shows the 7 major chakras, and chakras are energy centers of our body. And so these go back, chakra is a Sanskrit word, and they're rooted in Hinduism and other traditions, ancient traditions. And then about 100 years ago, some Western practitioners adopted the modality into this model and associated these colors with the different chakras. And so you may have seen this before, and you may not, and that's okay either way. So we'll go through all of these, and we're going to go through them one by one after, but first I'm just going to give an overview. So we start here at the root chakra at the bottom, and the root chakra is really associated with basic trust and our sense of stability and security, our sense of home, our sense of being rooted and safe. And so if this chakra is underactive, then we may be feeling really insecure. We may be feeling ungrounded. We may be feeling anxiety about our sense of home and security. And so that's something that we would want to bring into balance. The next sacral chakra is associated with the color orange, right? So we're moving up, and this is in the lower abdomen and is associated with creativity and sexuality and relationships. And so this is a place where, again, we want to pay attention to whether you may feel like this chakra has some blockages for you, or if it's underactive, and or if you have some wounds, right? Denise mentioned wounds yesterday, that everyone has wounds, and sometimes we rub against each other's wounds and hurt people's feelings in different ways, right? And so paying attention to which of these areas maybe call out to you or speak to you in terms of your own personal life and healing that you feel needs to happen. So moving up to the solar plexus chakra, this is above your belly button and below your rib cage. So right kind of in the center of your core. And this is really our personal power center, our sense of personal power, our sense of our own wisdom and our own light, and the courage to really shine that light in the world. And then and it's associated with the color yellow and gold. And then moving up to the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is associated with unconditional love, healing, forgiveness, could be self-love, love of family. It's related to, parenthood, romantic relationships, all different kinds of love. And the heart chakra is associated with green. And it's also associated with pink. And so we'll talk about, like, rose quartz is a crystal that's a big heart chakra crystal, and it's pink, but you will see it show up as green in these diagrams. So pink and green. And there's some beautiful crystals that actually are both pink and green, like watermelon tourmaline and ruby zoisite, that combines those two colors. So those are big, powerful heart chakra crystals. And then moving up to our throat chakra. The throat chakra is associated with communication, and it's light blue or turquoise in color. And so has anyone ever felt that feeling where your throat just feels stuck and like you can't get the words out, or that big lump that like wells up in your throat of emotion when you want to say something that's really hard to say? So that's your throat chakra. And so this is one that can get stuck a lot, and can get stuck a lot around forgiveness and communication, and whether it's forgiveness of something that we've said to someone else, or forgiveness for something that we've said to ourselves, or something hurtful that someone has said to us, and the difficulty that we may have in being able to communicate that hurt to someone. And so that can really get stuck in our throat. And the more that we're able to clear that energy, the better that we feel. If anyone's ever had that lump and then you're able to have a conversation, and that relief that you feel after, and the way that that stuck energy can dissipate, that's that throat chakra work that we're talking about. And then moving up to the third eye chakra is here in the middle of our foreheads. And it's really connected to awareness and intuition and vision, not just with eyesight, but our creative vision, and our ability to see both inside ourselves and the world around us, and to connect to that intuition and to trust our own intuition. And the third eye chakra is associated with the color indigo, so it's very deep blue. And then the crown chakra, lastly, is here at the top of our heads. And this is really connected to spirituality. And so you can think of a big light beaming up. If anyone's ever seen like the Luxor Hotel in Las Vegas, there's that big light beaming up from the top that goes up really high, right? You can think of like a big light beaming up out of the top of your head. Is like your crown chakra energy. And that can help you to connect to your higher power, a divine energy, God, the universe, the moon, the stars, any religious or spiritual beliefs that you may have. And if you don't have spiritual beliefs, that's totally okay too. But really working on that crown chakra energy to keep us connected, so that we're connected up to the energies above, and then we're also rooted down from our root chakra deep into the earth. And so we're always grounded and connected. And so this is a way to really tune in with yourself and think about which of these areas you most want to work on doing some healing. And we're going to talk about some affirmations and some ways to use breathing as a healing release and a forgiveness. And then we'll talk a little bit about different crystals that are associated with each of these chakras. But the easiest way is to think about them in terms of color. So pretty much, red crystals tend to be root chakra crystals, orange crystals, or more gold, like this is pyrite. So that kind of counts as a sacral chakra, even though it's not orange, it's like that golden color. So we'll talk about that too. Okay, so the root chakra. So the root chakra is associated with the color red. And these are some affirmations that can be used with the root chakra healing work. You're also welcome to come up with your own, but these are some ways to get you started, to get you thinking, so you can, if there's one here that really stands out to you, or if there's 3 here that really stands out to you, please jot them down. Also, Denise will share the PowerPoint, so don't feel pressured to try to write everything down, because we will share this with you. But if there is one that's really speaking to your heart and you have a pen, please do write it down. And this is something that you can say to yourself every morning when you wake up. You could say it to yourself every night before bed. You could put it on a sticky note on your mirror in the bathroom to remind yourself. If you have an altar, you can choose to say this at your altar. And so I'm going to read a few of these out loud now. So I am safe. I am grounded. I am confident. I am nurtured. And please, I know people are muted, but if you feel free to practice saying these out loud. It's really powerful just to say them. And that throat chakra work, part of that is that speaking out loud. I am centered. I belong here. I am deeply rooted. I am strong. I am protected. I am courageous. I am enough. I am connected. I feel secure. I forgive. And that last one, if there's a person's name or if there's a certain thing that you want to add that's personal to you, you can do that. Or you can keep it very simple and to the point and just say, I forgive. And some of the crystals associated with this chakra are red sheen obsidian, carnelian, and any other red stones. So this is an example of a small dark red stone. So this is a root chakra stone. And so it was, I think, was it Jennifer that was sharing? Someone was sharing when I first joined about wearing, keeping one of these in your shirt and that it fell out. And so these are pocket crystals. So you could keep one of these in your pocket if you felt like this is a chakra in an area of life that you really need to work on. Then you can keep one of these in your pocket, or you can keep it, on your desk or on your bathroom counter or on your altar or under your pillow. And then we're going to practice taking 3 deep breaths together. So I'm going to turn on just for a moment some root chakra meditation music, and I'm going to share at the end the list of it so that in case anyone else wants to play this in the future for your meditations. But let's just practice taking 3 deep breaths together. And when you breathe in, I want you to imagine breathing in all of this red energy from the earth and breathing it up your legs and like filling your body with this beautiful red energy, like a big vibrant red rose, and breathing that into your root chakra. And then when you exhale, I want you to release anything that you're holding on to, anything that you want to forgive, anything that you want to let go of on that exhale. Okay, so we'll do 3 breaths together. Okay, so breathe in all of that beautiful red, vibrant red rose energy into your root chakra, and exhale anything that you want to release and let go of and forgive. And inhale another breath of red energy deep from Mother Earth, and pull all that energy up through your feet, through your legs, connecting you. And exhale anything that's no longer serving you, any grudges you're holding on to, anything you want to release. Take one more big breath in and visualize that red energy pulling it up from the earth, up through your feet, and filling your body, and filling you with confidence and courageousness and security and strength. And exhale any last insecurities or grudges or anything that you want to release. And so that's something that you can practice for a longer period of time. You could do it for breathing for 1 minute just with this chakra. And then we'll also talk about how we can do breathing rituals that incorporate each of the chakras. So it's really up to you if you want to do a daily practice associated, really focused in on one, or if you want to do a little bit with each. And so for the next one, the sacral chakra, some examples of affirmations are, I feel loved, I feel creative, I accept myself, I feel a sense of abundance, I feel comfortable in my body, I allow my emotions to flow through me in a healthy way, I feel happy, I feel good, I honor myself. So if any of those are really speaking to you, please share in the chat if you would like to, or if you want to think of one on your own. I'm just going to check here. Okay. Please feel free to share your affirmations in the chat, or just to say them to yourself. It's fine either way. And some of the crystals associated with the sacral chakra, they mentioned before pyrite, which is also known as fool's gold, but I love it. I don't think I'm a fool, so I use the name pyrite. And then I also have this tiger's eye. So tiger's eye is also like a deep, kind of deep orange color. And any crystals that you have that are orange, or that they may be a mix of orange yellow or orange red, and can work with both chakras. So we're going to practice breathing now into our sacral chakra. And I'm going to play this meditation music associated with the sacral chakra. And same thing, I want you to practice breathing in all of this orange energy and filling your body with vibrant, healing orange energy. And when you exhale, breathing out anything that you need to release, anything that you want to practice forgiving, either of yourself, a family member, a friend, a coworker. Okay, so inhale, take a deep breath. Visualize all of this orange energy filling your body. And on the exhale, breathe out. Anything you want to let go of, anytime your creativity has felt hampered, or anytime you felt judgmental of yourself or critical of yourself, just breathe that out. And then breathe in and inhale all of this love and joy and happy orange energy, this abundance, a sense of confidence. Breathe it all in, fill yourself up with it. And exhale and breathe out and release. One more, breathe in and visualize the orange energies, golden and glowing, filling your body with love and joy and creativity and abundance. And exhale, anything you're holding on to that you want to release and forget. And then we'll work our way up to the next chakra, the solar plexus chakra. And this one is around our personal power. And so some affirmations that you can practice around healing and bringing this chakra into balance are I act with courage, I act with confidence, I will achieve my goals, I shine my light, my energy is powerful, in challenging situations I am relaxed, and I use my personal power for good. So see if there's one of these that you want to focus on, that you want to practice with our breathing exercise. And if you have any yellow crystals, so there's citrine. This is citrine, this light pale yellow. It also comes in like very deep dark yellow or like a dark orange color. So citrine can also be associated with the sacral chakra. And citrine is a stone of abundance and prosperity. And then there's also lemon topaz, and then other yellow stones. I'm not actually sure what this one is. But if anyone's ever heard, there's a TED talk and they talk about a power pose and like standing with your arms open and your legs open, and like that energy, like that's really activating this solar plexus chakra and this power center. I think is like part of that when people are in that pose with their arms up and out and your legs out, and just really owning that and imagining kind of like the Care Bear, like that Care Bear light or energy right from your middle of your stomach, and you can beam out. And so solar plexus is a really powerful one. And solar plexus also, I think solar plexus and heart are really where kind of the lower chakras and the upper chakras, come together. So this is a really big one. So we're going to practice breathing this in. If you want to focus on one of these mantras with your with your breathing. Get to the right one. Each chakra has its own meditation music that you'll see. So I invite you to take a big deep breath in and breathe in all of this yellow light. Breathe in the sunlight into your personal power center in the core of your body. And when you exhale, breathe out anything that is causing you to question your confidence or to question your goals or to question your purpose, and just let it go, release it. Take another deep breath in of this yellow glowing sunlight energy filling your body. And on the exhale, release and forgive anyone that's ever questioned you and your ability to achieve your goals. Anyone that's ever doubted you. And forgive them. Forgive ourselves for being our own harshest critics. Take another big deep breath in of that yellow sunlight energy and let it fill your body and find any last remaining doubts or doubters and just release them on that last exhale. And remember that your energy is powerful. And then we move up next to our heart chakra. And I know we think of our heart is on the left, but our heart chakra is in the center of our chest. So if any time you want to work with this chakra, you can also just putting your hands right here on your chest is a good reminder. And a good reminder and a way to calm your heart, to calm anxiety, to remind ourselves that we are loved and fulfilled. So I wanted to see is there anyone that would like to practice reading some mantras or affirmations out loud? You're welcome to unmute yourself and practice the heart chakra affirmations. You don't have to read all of them if you just want to read a few. No pressure if not. Okay, I'll ask again next time. So if you change your mind for the throat chakra, let me know. So heart chakra. You're welcome to write these down or to repeat after me. I am loved. I receive abundance. I feel fulfilled. My heart is awakened. My heart is connected to all of life. All of my relations are harmonious. I am open and receptive to love. I embrace life. I feel grateful. I love nature. I love being alive. I forgive. I forgive myself. I forgive my family members. I forgive anyone who has hurt me intentionally or unintentionally. And sometimes these are most powerful when they don't feel true, right? And so all of my relations are harmonious. That may not feel true all the time. And that's the time when you want to say this to yourself, and when you want to remind yourself, and when you want to set that intention. Also, I wanted to mention that last night was a new moon. So that's a time of setting intentions for this month, for this year. We're also in a new year. And so setting an intention around forgiveness. And forgiveness is a journey. And so you might not get there on the first day, but setting an intention to practice forgiveness and to work on forgiveness is a really great first step. And Your relationships may not feel harmonious. You may not feel open and receptive to love. You may not feel like you love being alive some moments. And these are the moments when we can remind ourselves and we can work to return ourselves to balance. And so if this chakra is underactive, and if you're feeling unloved and you're feeling unloved by others and unloved by yourself, this is a really great way to tune in, to check in, to put your hands over your heart, to say an affirmation to yourself, and to remind yourself how much you are loved, and to return this chakra and this energy center to balance. Ideally, they're all functioning at kind of even and vibrant sort of energy flows, and not being overactive or underactive, and that they all can stay into balance and rhythm with each other. So we're going to practice taking 3 deep breaths to our heart chakra. So I invite you to take a big deep breath. You can put, if you want to have one hand on your chest or your heart and one hand on your abdomen, so you can really feel that deep breathing. Take a deep breath in and breathe in all of that beautiful green light into your heart, all of that pink light into your heart, the rose quartz crystal, the green aventurine. You can imagine just a waterfall of green and pink crystals pouring over you. Just filling yourself up with love. And on the exhale, just release any time that you felt unloved, any time when you've been really harsh on yourself and unkind to yourself. And inhale again and just fill yourself up, fill your heart with that green and pink loving energies, unconditional love. And exhale all the times you felt unloved. Exhale and forgive anyone that's ever hurt your feelings. And also release and forgive the current state of the world. Forgive that we weren't able to gather with family and loved ones maybe like we wanted to over the holidays. To forgive that which we can't control also is a big one. So one more big deep breath in, filling your heart and your body with beautiful healing green and pink energies. And exhale out any grudges your heart may be holding. And then we'll move on to the throat chakra, which I talked a little bit about. This one is really big in forgiveness and relates a lot to the heart. They all relate to each other in different ways, but this is really about speaking our truth. Speaking our truth to those around us, communicating our needs, communicating our hurts, communicating our desires. And so some throat chakra affirmations that we can practice. And again, feel free to make up your own. These are just some examples and ideas to get you started. I speak with clarity. I speak from my heart. I speak up for myself. I speak up about injustice. I hear my inner voice. I listen without judgment. I speak my truth. My voice is strong. My voice is clear. So see, this is a lot around communication, speaking, voice, listening, and a lot of blockages around forgiveness get stuck in this chakra if we don't feel like we have the ability to say what we need to say to someone who has hurt us or to someone who has said something that, you know, they may not have even realized how much it hurt our feelings, but maybe it really triggered something in us. And so being able to voice that, or just, it might not even have to do with forgiveness. This could relate to public speaking. It can relate to, you know, your job and things you may need to speak in the workplace, and building that confidence. It can have to do with public speaking, you know, speaking out against injustices. It can have to do with deep listening to our own inner voice, so that we are clear on that communication, and then are able to express what we need to express out loud to others and or to ourselves. Sometimes it's helpful to just stand in the mirror and, you know, to say these affirmations out loud, and that can help get your throat chakra going. You may know some people are actors or singers, and actors and singers have different voice practices that they'll do to get their vocal cords warmed up before they perform. And so you can think of it kind of like that too. The more you can warm up your vocal cords, and the more you can practice speaking out loud, the more you can work to unlock this chakra, can really bring about really powerful healing in being able to voice our hurts and voice our forgivenesses, and expressing forgiveness, whether it's to ourselves or others, can be a huge weight lifted. And the crystals that are associated with this chakra are light blue. They can be kind of like a teal blue, or like a medium kind of shade of blue, or they can also be turquoise, like that very bright blue, light blue turquoise, or blue lace agate, and celestite, which are more like a pale baby blue. And so all of those blue crystals can really help you to speak that truth. And so if you have a big public speaking engagement, or if you need to say something to a family member that is hard to say, you might want to keep a turquoise piece of turquoise in your pocket while you do it, or you might want to hold it in the palm of your hand to remind yourself and to bring that courage and clarity. Or a turquoise necklace. You might notice a lot of people wear turquoise jewelry or turquoise necklaces. That's a really great way to keep that turquoise close to your throat, and to remind us to use our voice. Okay, so we're going to do 3 deep breaths again, and this time we're going to draw in this beautiful blue light into our throat, and we're going to clear our throat chakras. Take a deep breath in, and breathe in all of this light blue, beautiful turquoise energy into your throat. Visualize it clearing any stuck blockages in your throat. And when you exhale, release all of those old blockages. On the inhale, breathe in another deep breath of turquoise light, filling your throat and allowing you to speak clearly. On the exhale, release any negative self-talk, any critical things that you want to forgive yourself for saying to yourself. Take another deep breath and breathe in another breath of turquoise blue. Imagine that blue light filling your throat, and when you exhale, release anything you want to forgive. You want to forgive others for saying to you, anything that may have caused your throat chakra to shut down, or to clamp up, or to go silent. Breathe that all out. And release it all up to the universe. Okay, second to last one. So the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra, again, is in the middle of your forehead. You'll see in certain traditions, like in Hinduism and in some traditions and spiritual traditions in countries in Africa, you'll see women especially wearing rhinestones or gems or jewels on their third eye. And you'll also see a lot of royalty crowns and things from ancient times will often have a crystal right here in the middle of the forehead, and that's why. So it's igniting that third eye chakra and that intuition. So some affirmations you can practice to activate and work on and bring your third eye into balance are: I am insightful. I see clearly. I listen to my intuition. I trust my intuition. I am guided by inner vision. I am open to my inner wisdom. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. And that last one, it may or may not resonate with you, and that's okay. Again, just whatever one speaks to you, if any, please feel free to write those down and to practice these, to write them on a sticky note on your mirror, or to put them on a card on your altar, or even text them into the notes of your phone if that helps you. Whatever is the best way for you to do it. But really listening to that inner voice and that intuition and trusting ourselves. And I think forgiveness is related to that, because sometimes we wish we would have done the thing that we knew we should have done, but we let someone else kind of sway us, or some other outside interference happen. And sometimes it's like, oh, I wish I would have listened to myself. I wish I would have done what I knew I should have done, or what I knew I needed to do in that situation. And instead, I got thrown off from what I knew I needed by outside voices. And so really learning to trust that intuition. And part of that is forgiving ourselves for all the times that we haven't trusted our own intuition. And so that's what we're gonna do in this last second to last breathing exercise. So again, you want to breathe in this deep indigo light, like a deep, deep blue purple, like a deep starry night sky. Visualize that energy right in the middle of your forehead. When you exhale, breathe out and exhale and release all the times we didn't trust our own intuition. Breathe in clarity and insight and inner vision into our third eye, into our forehead, into our mind's eye. And exhale and forgive for all the times we questioned our own inner wisdom and inner guidance, for all the times we shut down our own inner voice. Take another deep breath with a deep, deep indigo, with the dark ocean waters, the deep ocean waters, and breathe that deep indigo energy into our mind's eye. And on the exhale, breathe out again, any remaining times when you've doubted yourself, or when someone else has doubted you and has swayed you from your course, and release, forgive yourself and others. And know that next time you can do better, and next time you can trust yourself. This is also a really great way if anyone is having a hard time falling asleep. I actually learned that from a nurse when my husband was still in the hospital after a spinal cord injury, and she's been a nurse for decades, and she said if you rub in circles right here on your forehead, just slow circles, it helps put someone to sleep. And it really works. So if you have your caree or a child, or even yourself, or anyone, you can practice just doing slow circles on your forehead or on someone else's forehead, and it really does help to put someone to sleep. You can also use energy. So I'm a Reiki practitioner, but just using our hands. So if you're having, a headache, and using your own hands on your head. Don't be afraid to touch your face, to touch your head. If you're having insomnia, putting your hands over your eyes, because we are energy, really, and the chakras are energy, and we are made of energy, and the crystals are energy, and they each have an energetic frequency. So that's how they're kind of associated with this, and really everything is energy. And so trusting that energy in our own hands and in our own bodies to heal ourselves is really important. And so some of the crystals associated with this are lapis lazuli, which is like a deep the royal blue, dark blue. It has little bits of gold in it sometimes too. Also labradorite is a really kind of deep blue stone that has what's called labradescence. And so in the light, you can kind of see these different shimmery shades of gold and green in the dark blue, and some really bright, vibrant blues that come through. But any crystal that has those dark, deep blue shades. And lastly, the crown chakra. So our crown chakra, again, is at the top of our head, kind of towards the back of our head, and is this light beam that can connect us up to whatever it is that you believe in. And so some of the affirmations that go with this chakra are: I am love. I am whole and complete. I feed my spirit every day. I am protected by divine light. I feel at peace. I understand my purpose. I am light. I cherish my spirit. And crystals associated with this are amethyst. I think is the biggest one. I have an amethyst. This one's super light purple, but there's also amethysts that are very deep purple. And they come in, there's different kinds of crystals. Like this is a cluster where you can see the little points, or there's crystals where they're polished and they're like little polished stones or pocket stones that you can hold in your hand or you can put in your pocket. There's also points like this, or an obelisk, or there's heart-shaped crystals, there's spheres. So they come in lots of different shapes. And amethyst is one of my favorites. There's also sugilite and charoite and other purple stones, as well as fluorite, which can be both purple and a really pretty shade of green. And sometimes it's mixed purple and green. So that's a really great one for heart chakra and crown chakra and that connection. Also, if you were in the earlier course a couple months ago about chakras, this is about chakras, about altars, or if you go back and watch it, we talk about altars. And so I actually have an altar dedicated to the crown chakra. And so you can make one altar where you have different things that are associated with all of these different chakras if you want, or you can choose one. So I have a shelf in my bookcase. I meant to add a picture. I took a picture, but I didn't add it to my PowerPoint. But where I have my amethyst stones, and then I have a strand of little, they're called like fairy lights. And there are amethyst fairy lights. So there are little amethysts that light up. And then I have purple satin lining the whole inside of my shelf. And so that's my crown chakra little altar on that shelf, because I've collected so much amethyst over the years. And I really love like this chakra and working with this chakra. And so that's a way that you can incorporate altars into your practice. Okay, so we're gonna do this breathing with the crown chakra. I want to please breathe in purple, vibrant, royal purple energy into the top of your head. And that connection to any kind of higher power or divine or God or universe or anything that you believe in, your own higher power, your own inner being. And exhale and release anything remaining that you want to let go of today. And on the inhale, breathe in and think about any intention that you want to set around your purpose, around protecting yourself in a bubble of divine purple light as you move through the world. Being connected always to the sun and the moon and the stars above. And breathe in that purple light. And then exhale any energies, anything that causes you to question that connection or question yourself or doubt yourself. Just let it go. Exhale out anything you're holding on to that's not serving your higher power or purpose. Take one more big deep breath in. It's purple, glowing, vibrant energy. And exhale out. Thank you. So we're going to do just one last closing where we're going to do 7 breaths in a row, and we're just going to do one for each of the chakras, starting at the root chakra and going all the way up. And so this is, if you have 1 minute a day of self-care, this is something you can do. You can take 7 breaths in 1 minute, and you can do this. If you are somewhere and you feel really out of whack and out of balance, or something happens, or someone says something to you and it really throws you off, even if you need to just go in the bathroom for 1 minute and do this breathing exercise, you can take 1 breath for every chakra. Or you can spend a minute and take 7 breaths focused in on one chakra. Or you can do a longer meditation. And so that's something, these are the music channels that I was playing. So you'll see there's a different 30-minute meditation music for each one. And it's these really beautiful visuals. And so you can just listen, or you can watch and really watch that color and tap into that color. And there's a channel, New Meditation Music, and New is spelled N-U. And the associated channel is 5 Minutes to Zen. And they have a lot of these chakra healing meditation music videos. They also have one that goes through all 7 chakras if you wanted to listen to that, or you can focus in on one. So this is a really great resource. It's also a great way to help you fall asleep, I think, or to do when you're doing yoga or stretching or any kind of meditation. So I encourage you, if you're looking for something like that, this is a really great resource. And so just to close out, we're going to do 1 more minute, and just to visualize as we go up, visualize all of our chakras in perfect balance, in perfect harmony, and all flowing and energy in a really healthy way. Okay, so we're going to start with the root chakra. So inhale. Deep breath of that red energy up from the earth, up through your feet. And exhale anything you want to release and forgive. And then inhale a breath of orange energy, beautiful, vibrant orange energy. To your sacral chakra. On the exhale, release and forgive anything you want to let go of. And then breathe in that yellow sunshine, sunlight, personal power energy to your solar plexus chakra in the center of your body. And breathe out anything you want to release and forgive. And then breathe in all of that beautiful green and pink energy into our hearts, filling our hearts with unconditional love, self-love, love for others, forgiveness. And exhale anything that no longer serves us. Then inhale into your throat chakra, that clear channel, a turquoise water, a flowing river. And then exhale anything that you want to release, anything that you want to forgive, anything that you want to express and speak into existence. Then your next inhale, breathe in that deep blue indigo color into our mind's eye and our third eye in the center of our forehead. And then exhale and release and forgive. Lastly, take one big breath of that purple, vibrant energy and pull down from the moon and the stars and the sun, from the universe, from the connection to any kind of higher power, divine energy. Breathe in that purple energy and exhale. Breathe out anything that you want to release for this new year and this new moon. so that we may be in balance and in harmony, that we may move through this world grounded to the earth below, connected to the sun, moon, and stars above. Okay, thank you so much. I'm
Emily?
just checking the chat. Yes.
Can you go back one slide to the music
Sure.
ones really quick?
Yeah, no
Thank you, dear.
problem. No problem. And I'm just checking. Let me check the chat and see. I love these. So, Chrissy said, my voice is clear. My voice is strong. I speak with clarity. I listen without judgment. I love that. Oh, yes, my dog. I know. I'm trying to pet him with one hand while I'm talking. So, yeah. Thank you all so much. If anyone has any questions or comments or anything that you would like to share, I'm happy to hang out and answer them. But I'll just do quick closing words. Go in peace, go in love, and remember, we are never, ever alone. Blessed be. Thank you all so much for coming. And I look forward to connecting with you, hopefully some other way in the future, and some other events that we have. I encourage you to stay tuned and stay connected, and keep coming back to these spaces. And thank you all for being here and for trying these new practices. And you're welcome to contact me. My email address is here. My Twitter is here. I have my new website, emeraldwellness.org. So I'm just in the process of really launching my organization, but please feel free to reach out, email me, find me on Twitter, and I would love to connect with you more in the future. If you have any questions that come up after the session is over, don't hesitate to reach out. And again, we'll send the slides, so you'll have access to all of these different affirmations. And please do check out these YouTube channels to assist you in your meditation. So yeah, thank you again so much for being here.
Thank you, Emily.
Thanks,
Blessed be.
everybody. Thank you, Emily, so much. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. Just a reminder,